is good with you? It's your boy come back to it.
Another one. We got one and
let's talk about TNT. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about TNT. Let's talk about you and me. Hey, what is good with you? It's your boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with the second part. The second part, that's TNT. Let's talk about TNT. That's when things start getting real for everybody, right? TNT, trainer and trainee, you and me, TNT. Okay, let's talk about TNT. TNT is that time once you've gotten your CDL license, you've passed your test. Well, you didn't get your card yet, but you passed your test. Maybe you did get your card. You went home to get your card. Nevertheless, you passed your test. Let's start with the end of PSD and then we'll move forward. How about that? At the end of PSD, you passed your CDL test. Ooh, trifecta, right? You want a trifecta. Everybody wants a trifecta because you heard about the bonus, right? There's some sort of bonus. I don't remember what it is. $300, $500, something. I don't remember what it is. Maybe it's $300. I really don't remember what it is. Anyways, you receive some sort of trifecta bonus if you trifecta. After that, you are officially hired as a prime employee. You walk inside of the plaza from the pad, and then you walk in there with your big cheesy smile, and you tell them you passed, and your trainer's there patting you on the back like, I knew you could do it, driver. Good job, driver. You know, and now you're a prime employee. You go from the light green badge to the purple badge, and it's one of the best days of your life, at least for that year. You know, you're having a really good day, man. There was a lot of pressure on you to learn a lot, and now it's time to move to the next phase. First thing is you have around a month to go back to the house and get your license, okay? Actually at the DMV. What you're gonna receive from Prime is a piece of paper that says that you passed, and your information is gonna get put in a computer system that is nationwide, if I'm correct. I think that's a C-STEM, but I'm not 100% sure. Nevertheless, it's a computer system that's nationwide, so when you go back to the DMV and you tell them your name, you tell them you passed your CDL test, they can look in their computer system and they're gonna see that you passed your CDL test, right? So, maybe you drove home and you got your license because you weren't assigned a TNT trainer yet. Well, then you're gonna get home and you're gonna wait on a call. You're gonna keep your phone on loud and you're gonna make sure you check your voicemail, right? Maybe your PSD instructor was like, hey, if you're interested, I'll pick you up for TNT, and you said yes. Then you're gonna load up on that truck. Shoot, you might as well do it right after you pass your test, to be honest with you. But you're gonna load up on that truck and you're gonna start making some money. It's time to make some money. Okay, you've been drawing your little $200 a week, and it's time to make some money. Okay, at this time, once you move into TNT, since we're talking about money, Prime has recently increased their training pay package to you receiving $900 minimum a week. You're at a $900 guarantee a week. As a matter of fact, I think it's $900 flat. I don't think you receive more than $900. I would need to check on that though. Okay, not certain. Nevertheless, you are guaranteed to receive $900. You're guaranteed to receive $900 a week while you're in TNT. Listen, that is good pay for someone who is learning how to do a job. How about not complain? You know, $900 a week, I think that is either equal or more than I received at my last job before I became a truck driver. And I was doing more than just learning a job. I was, you know, actively working a job. Okay? So how about not complain? I thought the 700 before 900 was good, but I'm gonna get off my soapbox. All right, so you're gonna receive $900 a week. and you're gonna be really glad, right? Yeah. So you're gonna get on your trainer's truck, and y'all are going to basically move. If you think about it on a spectrum, y'all, on one side you have your trainer was always in the passenger seat while you drove, and then on the other side of the spectrum you have your trainer sleeps while you drive, and then when your trainer drives, you sleep, and then when you drive, your trainer sleeps, when your trainer drives, you sleep, and your trainer has your back, right? If you need help, hey, holler, trainer, trainer, and then your trainer's gonna wake up and be like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, right? It's just a representation of a random trainer who's groggy and tired, right? Anyways, so if you think about it on a spectrum, you're gonna move from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum as your trainer begins giving you more and more freedom and responsibility to operate the vehicle and just start checking in shippers and receivers and docking. And the idea is that at the end of TNT, your trainer wants you to be able to run the truck all by yourself while they just sit back and be available for emergencies. You see what I'm saying? Because if you get to that point at the end of TNT, then that means indeed you're ready to fly solo, right? You are managing your hours of service effectively, correctly, and legally. You are checking in, docking effectively. You are parking at truck stops. You are doing great pre-trips. You are interacting with road assist, fleet managers, and other departments of prime. You are operating. You're doing the entire job. You see what I'm saying? You're running macros and doing your trip planning. You're doing everything. You're doing your job. You're fueling. You're doing it all. And your trainer say, yeah, man, he don't need me, dude. He's good to go. He's ready to rock and roll. How long does it take you to get there? Okay. You will run a minimum of 30,000 miles. You will run a minimum of 30,000 miles. One more time. You will run a minimum of 30,000 miles. Okay, look, you will run a minimum of 30,000 miles. What does that mean? That means you may exceed 30,000 miles. As a matter of fact, it is very likely you will exceed 30,000 miles. Extremely likely. Let me tell you why. It is much less likely you will just roll back into Springfield at 30,001 mile and get you a brand new truck. Okay? It doesn't work that way, all right? First of all, you got to cross 30,000 miles. Second of all, there's a process to this whole thing. You got to be patient, okay? People have to sign off on you and say, good to go. Third of all, there are people in line, okay? Just because you just crossed 30,000, that means you jump to the front of the line and get a new truck, okay? We don't just have trucks just falling out the sky. There's hardworking folks at these manufacturing plants who have to make these trucks. You got to be patient, okay? And then on top of that, there is a demand for these trucks from other companies as well. And then you have to consider the state of our economy, COVID, and how that has had an effect on manufacturing. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to this whole thing. So it is very likely that you will exceed 30,000 miles. You will run a minimum of 30,000 miles, and albeit any sort of, infractions, safety issues, critical events, meaning, you slammed on the brake, you were speeding too fast, and the computer sent a message to Prime and told them about that. Albeit any of those situations, then you will be eligible to upgrade, and the process may be started at that time, and people will start having conversations about it. But nevertheless, you will run a minimum of 30,000 miles. All right. During TNT, maybe your trainer will loosen up a little bit if he can kind of trust you. He's not going to mind if you start making YouTube videos. I made YouTube videos during TNT. As long as you're getting your job done, I was getting my job done. I wasn't slacking and unable to do my job during TNT, but still trying to make YouTube videos. I didn't bring my guitar though. I definitely didn't play video games or watch Netflix on my phone or anything like that. It's time when I got off work, I went to sleep. That's what I did. I went to sleep. All right. Other than that, I can't imagine any questions I can ask during TNT. Just soak up everything your trainer's offering to you. Just learn as much as you can about the business. If there's an opportunity to back, ask to back. If there's an opportunity to fuel, ask to fuel, help to fuel. If you're not in the middle of a dead sleep, but if you're sitting in the passenger seat, you're not doing anything, man. Hey, you need any help? Can I help you with that? Hey, man, can I follow you to check? Hey, you need to be like a shadow, man. If you didn't have the opportunity to do that during PSD, during TNT, it needs to continue kind of in TNT as well, but you need to be like a shadow. like a shadow. I get you have to sleep, but if you have gotten 8 hours of rest and you're like wide awake sitting in the back texting, maybe you could stop texting and become a shadow. Sit in the passenger seat, watch things that your trainer's doing, ask questions about the truck, just, you know, take initiative. All right? I believe that's all I really have to offer about TNT. You're not supposed to sleep on the top bunk. Just kind of frequently asked questions segment. No, you're not ever supposed to sleep on the top bunk. It is against Prime's policy. Yes, you will have to drive at night. You're not supposed to drive only at night. Like, that is a part of Prime's desire that you not be just driving in one sort of circumstance and condition. However, yes, you should expect to drive overnight, right? I don't know what else to tell you, right? Like, you know, it's trucking, okay? Expect to do trucking stuff, all right? Some questions are kind of like, hey, what do you expect, dude? Expect to do trucking stuff, all right? All right, look, I'm checking out. I love y'all. Find you somebody to love. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe, it is why you believe it, and live free.